Hi Tejas, welcome to the show. Let me request you straight away to kindly introduce yourself and help us, walk us through your journey so far.
My name is Tejas Shah. I've been part of this IT industry since more than 20 years. To be precise, 21 years. And to start with, obviously, I started with a beginner as a software and a hardware trainer. Almost for 3-4 years, I was been in a companies wherein I was doing a basic startup, you can say startup learning job, and then gradually I moved into the more into the I preferred learning more into the management of softwares and how does the IT work, how does the overall systems work. So gradually I moved it to the software support system and enterprise level work system. And then gradually, I think almost over a span of 21 years, I've been part of more than 4 different domains. So I've been into retail, I've been into education, I've been into banking, and now it is a manufacturing company. So overall, IT is it's a backbone of any industries, any company which you can say. And this is the overall journey wherein till date I am been managing infra, cybersecurity, budgeting, application. So overall in my portfolio I have been doing almost many things as of now. Yes.
Great, fantastic. So Tejas, you've reached to the top where you're heading the IT for the company. In the process, you spoke about you started as a beginner, system engineer, and journey from there to the position top today. When was it like first time that it came to your mind that you wanted to go deeper into it, understand the particular function, and you aspired to kind of the head the function in which you started your journey? Any moments on that you would like to share with us?
I think initially during 2 years, 3 years, I was into a learning mode. And gradually, when I started that it is more into learning and then obviously self-development. Self-development was one thing wherein I have to keep growing. So I think till date, I have been seeing many people wherein they are still at the level wherein they can grow, but they are not able to grow. Obviously, that is one of the key aspects wherein when you feel that you want to grow, you go into that level of thinking and started doing that sort of work. So let's say if you are a system engineer, if you want to grow from system engineer to techno-functional role, so then you have to think at that level, and then you have to come up with the solutions, and then you have to come up with that breed of thinking, and then you can grow. So I think after a couple of my initial companies, when I started in one of the banking industry, there was a lot of rethinking on what is the business process. So initially it was more into technical support, then it was more into business process knowing, and then aligning that with the IT. So that was where I started thinking that yes, it is more way to go, and to climb the ladder there is a lot of things has to be done to proceed, or you can say to understand. So that way you will able to grow and go one step ahead, and then you can do it.
So Tejas, in this journey, I'm sure when you decided to kind of reach to the top, and you decided that what that top has to be for you, was there any role model that you had in your mind, or anything that you want to speak about, or any mentor in the process that you had in the journey that you wish to kind of mention here?
See, I would like to say, I think couple of mentors. Whenever you start solving any issue, you don't do it just sake of doing it. So many people, it's like it is my job 9 to 6, and I will do it. It is someone will think that there is ticket which is open, I need to just close it. So in the broader way, you have to see that. See, for analyzing, let's say there is lot of tickets, and then you analyze saying that why are these tickets open, for example. So we then see at the broader level that this is not the one-time solution, it is permanent solution, wherein if we resolve this, I think as a technical term, I would say that when there is repetition of tickets, you will just open and you will close. That is a 9 to 6 job, and you will come and go. But when you think 2 steps beyond that, there is where you come in, wherein you say that this is a solution. If I apply this solution, this whole issue will get resolved. And then you can step to the second step, that now these are the list of issues, and then you have to come up with some of the process automation, process improvement. So at that time, which I was in mind frame that resolving a issue is not a permanent solution. You have to come up with process improvement, process re-innovation, something, and you need to firstly express to your management that I have come up with this solution, and this will solve this type of issues. Obviously, you have to back up with number of man hours which is getting reduced, number of saving which is getting reduced. But once you go at that level of thinking, then you will come out from that technical issue, because many times some guys or some, it's just about, I want to be a system engineer, for example, I want to be a technical engineer. That is fine, but for that also you need to know the business process. For example, you will resolve the issue, but you need to know that if I maybe, for example, I put down this server, what is the business loss to the company? So we need to ensure that each and every step as a company or as a customer, and what is the issue which they are facing, that has to be come first. And I always think that whenever there is any complaint or whenever there any complaints comes from the customer, you always think from their side that why they are complaining. Either there could be a genuine issue which they are trying to resolve, but they are not getting resolved. So when you think from the customer end or maybe as a user end, then you will see a different picture and you will have a different set of mindset to resolve the issue. So it is not about that user is coming up 7 times in a month and is not able to resolve any query. But when you think from his angle, he must be facing some issues, and we need to ensure that we think from the customer end or maybe user end, and then we can grow gradually. So I think that is 2 points which is very crucial whenever you set up your expectation in terms of growing or growing a ladder step ahead.
No, I think two things, I take it as a takeaway. One, you talked about customer centricity. The second is the process improvement, I think. And these two things are really key to kind of, key to approach of leaders. So great to know that. You spoke about issue resolution and process improvement. I mean, is there any example that you would like to share with us, which basically, it talks about being the most difficult situation that you would have handled or challenging situation that you would have handled?
So I think in terms of technical issues, there are a lot of issues which come up and we come up with a solution. But I think for me, the most critical issue, or you can say most critical thing, is managing a team. See, retention of team is one thing, wherein we retain the team, we motivate the team. But when we give free hand to the team member, saying that now you manage it and you own this as a project. My personal belief, if I go micromanagement, then people will lose interest in the ownership. And in terms of team, they will feel like I'm not been given a liberty to work at the own pace. So for me personally, whenever there is a team below me, I always ensure that I give a liberty, and always, obviously, there is a weekly review or weekly checks which always goes on. But whenever as a stepping stone, whenever if I want to grow, obviously I will have to grow with my team. So at that situation, I always give a free hand, saying that you go with your instinct, I will support you. And then obviously whenever there is any issue or something, I always support them. And in terms of even a product selection, I also say that I have been given 3 products, you choose whichever is best, and then you give us a best result. This is how a team grows and the overall individual grows in terms of giving responsibility and sharing responsibility.
So what I got from you is basically the authority that you give it to your team, delegation authority, and the ownership accountability that you pass it on to them to bring in the best out of them. So that's something really a great trait. The other thing that I could gather was that you don't believe in micromanagement versus making people understand what is expected out of that and then let them deliver, so that and they may fail to deliver, but that's okay, as long as you can coach them, you can tell them that this is the mistake that you made and this is how you got to be careful in future, and they learn, you learn, and in the process everybody grows. So I think these are like some of the great traits. During your leadership journey, any aha moment that you wish to share, that where you said that oh yes, what I've been contributing has really made a big sense to someone, right, that you wish to share with us?
I think aha moment for me is the final user satisfaction which I get, that yes, it is working as per the expectation which I have set. So it comes as the big projects which I have delivered in the past, maybe last 5 years. But whenever I feel that I get a confirmation from my management or from seniors saying that yes, it has been good that you delivered, that is first point of aha moment which I personally believe is that supervisor has acknowledged. But second thing is, as an end user, whenever a user say that this is the best thing which was I was been waiting, and it has been done. So there are many as such projects which I will deliver, and I have got a feedback from the user. So and that is, I think that is many aha moments. I don't have any particular moment which I can specify, but whenever the project or any work which has been delivered and user is satisfied, that is a key thing for me. And I see that now what next? If user is satisfied, now what is next? So that is my aha moment.
Great. I mean, so the biggest aha moment in my mind, what you said, is when you're able to deliver up to the expectation of the end users and sometimes exceed that, wherein making their life easy. When I say making their life easy, contributing to their end goals in terms of simplifying the processes or making it more efficient, or bringing in the productivity and eradicating any loss or any waste, eliminating that. So I think these are like some of the examples where you get a lot of aha moments actually in the journey. Fantastic, fantastic. So your advice, Tejas, to your team, people who are aspiring to become leaders, or otherwise in general, people who've been in their career journey and wish to be a leader sometime. Any advice that you would like to share with them?
Yeah, there are, I think, a lot of advices, but key thing is always which I would like to tell to my team members as well as the aspiring guys who is in this journey. First is keep your mind open. So it is not like this is the only solution whenever there is any issues or something. Always take feedback from many team or many various team members, but keep your mind open that any issue or any solution given by any normal user or any small thing may give up a big solution. So I always feel that whenever there is a issue or whenever there is any requirement, always ensure that you have a 360-degree of view saying that I can do this or I can do this. That is one thing which I always tell to my team members, that you don't limit yourself. You please go out and explore. That is one thing wherein you will always fly. When you keep your mind open and you take inputs from things, if you have certain set of mind saying that, okay, no, I will not able to do it, or this is the only product which will give solution, you will not able to deliver. That is one point which I would like that always ensure that you take inputs and keep your mind open. Second thing is don't hesitate in whenever you fail. So for example, let's say if you are getting stuck somewhere, don't keep it with yourself. Always try to maybe share it with your colleagues, supervisor, whatever. But when you keep problems with yourself, there is no solution. You will keep on circling along the same thing, but you will not force it. A tip from anyone, from your supervisor, from your colleague, or whatever, from friends, just speak out and try to take some solution, and then you will grow. Else, there will be no never ending. So I think these 2 points would be very, very crucial whenever you want to ensure that you want to any steps in terms of your career, in terms of your growth, work, whatever. So I think this is
Excellent, Tejas. Just to admit to you that something that I'm going to keep it with me forever, I believe, from this interview would be what you said is, never keep problems to yourself. Please share it with others so that the others could help you find a solution, because problems are something which are supposed to be solved, right? And if you just keep it to yourself, you must you just wasting your own time, wasting your own energy, the positive energy, and everything, and you're losing out on. And if you happen to share that problem with others, you might be able to find a solution. And that's what the ultimate goal is, to solve the problem, right? So that's something that I'm going to keep
I
it to
think
myself.
also one point which I missed is always keep learning new things. So it doesn't mean that it may be specifically to your domain, but something related to your domain. If you keep on reading or keep on learning something, it will, some of the other will come to your path in future, and you will like strive that I have read this and this is useful for me. So I think what I also personally believe, you keep learning new things as a product, as a feature, as a technology. It may be useful in any terms in your life, maybe in your personal profession, whatever. But I think that is also one key factor which every aspiring guys or person who wants to be part of growing the journey should be doing this.
Right. So, Tejas, I think the last question that I have for you for today's interview is leadership is, in my mind, a journey. You keep learning new things and you keep achieving higher and higher. That's the leadership, right? So you keep moving up and you keep building leaders or developing leaders under you. That's the leadership, true leadership in my mind. What inspires you and motivates you to kind of carry on this journey? One. Two, what is your goal? What is it that you wish to accomplish in, let's say, 2 years timeline, 3 years, 5 lines, whatever it is? Any visibility that you have that you wish to share with us, that this is what I wish to achieve, accomplish?
I think actually a lot of things to still achieve in terms of leadership, in terms of, you can say there are a lot of things as a learning, how to convince the management in terms of what all things as a technology which can improve the business. So probably that is my, maybe you can say, goal, to have the business alignment for the along with the technology, which maybe I still have to improve in terms of, let's say, if I want to understand first business and then in terms of that aligning that with the technology. So I think that is very focus area wherein once you know the business alignment, that will do wonders. So my basic motto is ensure that you do not impact business and you ensure that you align the technology to grow the business. That is what my goal. So it can be any company, any position, but lastly the bottom line should be support business, and that's how supporting business will support the technology, and then the management will come up saying that yes, this technology is really useful, to come up with 5 more solutions. So that is one thing which I would like to see in next maybe 2-4 years, that understanding and alignment of as per the requirement.
Great to know that you would like to continue to be in journey on finding the opportunities from business point of view, where IT can contribute, making the business processes more efficient, making business win bigger deals, and get established as leader, or if they are already leader, then perhaps how to sustain that leadership position. So wonderful knowing that from you, Tejas. I think with that, we end the interview here. It has been wonderful talking to you. I think the team here will compile this whole thing and share it with you. So as I mentioned, there are two things that we are going to do with this. One is the video interview. The second is the text interview. But I think both of these pieces will be shared with you, taken your approval, and then it will go on their respective channels. So thank you so much, Tejas, for your time
I
today.
think it was, in fact, it was very crisp and very up to the mark interview, and it was like I enjoyed thoroughly. And definitely, it is motivation for me as well as the listeners as well, in case if any help to them as well.
Fantastic. Keep working hard, keep working smart, Tejas. Keep inspiring us all, and look forward to talking to you sometime soon. Thank you so much.